Hey, welcome to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici, and one of those most magnetic people in the world is with me today. Spicy Marty is with us. We're going to be live for the next couple of hours, taking your calls over Zoom and talking about love and relationships here on Late Night Love. And we, as always, implore you to join us. There's going to be a QR code on the screen. Scan that with your phone and jump into the conversation, or hit the chat on the YouTube page. On Foxhole, Late Night Love, just jump to the chat, send us a message. I'll get it throughout the show. We'll talk about it. And we're going to have this conversation for the next couple of hours, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. We're here on Pacific Standard Time. That's as long as Los Angeles doesn't burn down. We're here.
Dark real quick.
Yeah, we're here. All right, so tonight we want to hear what you have to say about the backlash to singer Doechie's comments at the BET Awards yesterday. A lot of commentators are telling Doechie to stay in her lane and rap. That's what you do. She made such a strong political critique of the administration during the award ceremony. Some say her award was a Hollywood setup. For poster Kenny CO3, Doechie was being her authentic self.
One of the main reasons I will never believe Doechie is the industry plant takes that y'all be making is because if any stars or celebrity got on stage and spoke about the industry or the institution known as United States of the way that Doechie, the industry itself wouldn't go out their way to supply them with more and more opportunities in order to push them into stardom. Everything that girl has been able to accomplish, she earned that. And that really ruffles and grinds some of y'all feathers because y'all are more content with supporting streamers who are okay with not using their platforms to speak out about different human rights situations, or celebrities who once did but decided that hush money pays a little too good and stopped doing it. That girl is authentically herself, and that really drives some of y'all crazy. Because whatever y'all find to be authentic, whatever y'all find to be woke, whatever y'all find to be the truth, y'all have a problem with it. And it's just so crazy. Whenever y'all find a celebrity who is willing to relate to the average American and speak about problems that affect us, y'all find some weird reason to dislike them. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. It ruins whatever illusion of fame that you have created in your mind that have convinced you that one day, if maybe you're rich enough, maybe if you have enough money, that you will be able to escape the problems that affect the average day American. Well, let me tell you something. Newsflash. America isn't all sunshines and rainbows, and no matter how much money or recognition that you get, no matter how big your platform gets, it won't ever allow you to erase the real problems that happens within this country. And I'm glad to see someone use their damn platform, no matter what level of fame they reach, to speak out about it.
You know what's so interesting? I was hanging out with my cousin, and I was talking to his kids who were in their 20s, and we were talking about the 90s and the 80s, which were somewhat relatively calm as they could be. Mm-hmm. And I said to his kids, I was like, oh, you guys only know chaos. 9/11.
Yes.
COVID. The 2008 financial crisis. Yep. Trump.
Yep.
The 90s were, I mean, not to say that the 90s were the be-all, end-all, or the 80s were the be-all, end-all, but things were a little bit more stable. Prices weren't out of whack.
Yeah. Things
were slowly moving. And politics were a little bit more, they were still at each other's throats, but it was more so not as polarized as it was today. All they know is chaos today.
Yeah, and then we also see it because there's so much information being exchanged.
Social media wasn't here.
Yeah, so it's like nonstop being thrown.
Yeah, so I was like, I feel so bad for you guys at this point in time. You guys have you're just horrible. I like the guy. He's bringing back the nose ring. That's coming back with a lot of kids.
What do you feel about what he said?
I feel what everybody feels anytime there's a political thing going on, that there'll be another one in 5 or 10 years, and that this is par for the course for this country. It is very sad to see what's going on outside with a lot of people in the and what the politicians have been saying. You're terrorizing a community. And this is political theater that we're watching. This is political theater and theory that's happening right here as the federal police forces are being used to literally terrorize a population in a blue state for political purposes and political gain. And it's very sad because Obama deported more people than Trump is probably going to be able to do in the next 4 years. But he did it so silently, legally, and orderly without scaring a massive piece of a population. And
different level of harm and strategy.
A different strategy. And it just goes to show you what someone who plays politics, who knows how to create great TV, for lack of a better term, Donald Trump, who's a ringmaster, is doing right now. But that's just my take on the whole situation. It's very sad, and
I like that she used her platform to speak on it. We always complain when they don't, right? And I think that when people who are in positions of power who have a voice don't use their voice to publicize something or bring attention to things that are going on, it's a missed opportunity.
I'm just tired of talking. And I'm just tired of the marching, and I'm tired of the singing, and I'm tired of the flag waving.
Do your feet hurt from marching?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You didn't march.
No. I've marched. I've protested. I've reported.
The problems haven't stopped, though. The problems haven't stopped.
And they never will.
No,
There's
but
a constant
people still
tug of
need to
war.
speak up, though. We still need to be fighting for our rights. It's always going to be fighting for our rights. Because to his point, there's not going to ever be a point where we just get to woosah and just relax.
I just want to woosah. I want to woosah.
But we can't woosah unless a population of people fight for us.
I'm going to go find an island somewhere. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. So listen, join our chat on Late Night Love's YouTube page or the chat on our Zoom link right here on the screen and weigh in. We'll also read your comments on the air or talk to you live about doeching and love and relationships, of course, too. And maybe we'll figure out how to fix this whole thing. If not, we just got 3.5 more years of terror. And then this too shall pass, and then we'll, hopefully. Because at the end of the day, all he's going to do is keep inflaming the left at the end of the day, and it's going to be a massive backlash, and, because there's constantly this tug of war over who controls this country, and this will backlash on the Republican right, and we'll get back to the left, and,
It'll be the back and forth like it usually is.
That's what it is. So join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you, what you think about this whole situation. QR codes are on the screen, and just weigh in. If you'd like to vent. We'll contribute and let you hear your voice.
Let it out.
Yeah. Our first guest tonight is known as the Marquette Effect, a relationship coach who helps men find their match with advice like this.
What do you suggest for an unattractive man? Okay, I'm going to tell you something I've told a lot of men before that's actually helped them tremendously in this department, no matter how they look. But first, you have to understand that the way women get attracted is slightly different than us men. You see, us men, it's like 100% physicality. It's how she looks, right? Or at least that's most of it. Women are a lot more forgiving when it comes to looks than men are. They're more attracted to like your general vibe and your aura and your behavior. So that's the game we got to play. We got to maximize that aspect of things and then put the looks on the back burner. So what you really want to do in this situation is play to your strengths, right? Because how attractive you are is dependent upon what environment you put yourself in, right? I'll give you an example. I'm really good at talking. That's why I keep going viral on this app. But you'll never catch me trying to win over women at like a club. I'm not playing to my strengths. In that environment, I'm not as attractive, right? But if you get me into an environment where I can have like an actual conversation with you, ball game. So you have to take stock of what you are actually competent in, because women are attracted to competence. They're attracted to status. So you have to say, what have I displayed a lot of competence in? Am I a musician? Am I funny? Right? Am I intellectual? And then put yourselves in environments where the spotlight is on that trait.
All right, joining us live from North Carolina is Marquette Carney of the Marquette Effect. So I guess you're saying I need to get a woman at a beer drinking contest? That's where my strength is?
Absolutely. Just set your podcast mic up somewhere.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Try to get a passing by.
Yeah, all right.
Get on your radio show.
Like, hey, I drink beer for a living. What do you do? Yeah. All right. Where in North Carolina are you from?
I'm actually from Greenville, but I reside mostly in Raleigh.
Okay, all right, good. Well, welcome to the show, man. So, tell us more about your coaching approach. You got the 10 laws of magnetic attraction, and what is that?
That's a free ebook, actually.
Okay.
I find that like a lot of men have no idea what women are attracted to. That's essentially what that video was about. Like if you look at some of the discourse online or a lot of the comments that I get, they're typically around men assuming that you have to, be in a certain income bracket, have a certain level of height, be famous, be super witty. Like they take a reductionist approach to attraction. right? So I just try to come and pierce through the veil and kind of show them like what really matters. Like if you were to embody these qualities, um, not only will they make you more attractive to the opposite sex, but you will be happier as a man because of it.
Like women want power and money. Like they like power, they like money, and then they like physicality at the same time too. So they will overlook the physicality if you have power, influence.
We
and
appreciate
money.
physical attraction.
We appreciate it, but
we value how you treat us, what you can provide more.
Yeah, like security, influence, power,
protection,
provision, all these things make you attractive to a woman.
You show up with high masculinity, we're gaga.
And if you got a six pack, you go to the gym.
That's the extra little
it's a little cherry on the top. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not discounting you if you don't have.
I want to make sure I'm saying Marquette.
Marquette, you got it.
Okay, the Marquette effect. Okay, share your origin story. How did you come to figure out that you had this gift, right, of helping men, become more magnetic?
Well, my 8-year-long relationship ended around the beginning of 2023. So I was like thrusted back into the dating market. And it was in no way, shape, or form similar to what I was used to, right? So I had to play catch up pretty quickly. And as I was playing catch up and speaking to other men, I just saw that there was a lot of dissonance in terms of how men understood attraction and what actually worked in today's like dating marketplace, if you will. And I've always been someone who's like a teacher at heart, right? I love to break things down and get really methodical, have a marketing background. So I love to be analytical and like tease things apart and see the inner mechanics of how things work.
Yeah.
So I really just started coaching guys who were around me. The city that I was in, Raleigh, I was newish to the city, so I didn't really know a lot of people. So when I got single, I just doubled down on living a vibrant social life. And it just organically happened in a way where some of the dudes I was around would bemoan the dating problems that they were having, and I would just solve them pretty quickly. So I was like, there's probably a business here.
When you say you lived a vibrant social life, what does that mean?
It means just being in a default state of being social with everyone. Like in that book, the 10 Laws of Magnetic Attraction, one of the laws is to flirt with the world, right? So one of the first things I tell men to do is I always say, if you have a dating problem, that's really downstream of having a social problem. People who live very vibrant social lives typically don't have as big of an issue when it comes to dating. They just kind of organically meet people, right? So I'm more like a introverted extrovert, right? I can be extroverted when the time calls for it. So I just tap more into that. And what that looks like practically is like, let's say I go to the gym. It's like, okay, I want to meet 1 or 2 people at the gym today, right? If I get in the Uber, I'm making conversation with the Uber driver. If I'm speaking to a service worker, I'm being intentional about creating conversation. Yeah, so you're just talking and being playful with everyone, and then just connections just naturally form.
Spicy Marty did the same thing. She said, I want to talk to everybody
but he
in the
needed
room.
A man to say it, though.
No, I believed you. Whoa. Now you're being toxic. You're being toxic now. I believed you when you said it. I believed you when you said it.
Okay, I want to. Is it hard for you to date now? Like, because, I feel like as, coaches, you know so much more, right? It's like this next level of enlightenment and understanding. Is it hard for you to date? Because you can actually like see a woman's moves before she's doing it. Do you feel like you're more critical than you were before?
I won't say I'm more critical, but I can say that it can cause you to be a bit more jaded because you'll see patterns emerge. You can kind of know what's happening while it's happening. And that kind of takes the magic out of the moment a little bit. So that's a challenge that I'm still trying to figure out. Because you don't want to lose that magic, right? You want that magic to still be there. You don't want to feel like you understand it. It's like when they did brain scans, they kind of understood like the neurochemical that was associated with love, and people didn't really like that. They're like, well, we don't want to.
They're like, don't make this science.
We don't want to have science for love. We want it to be magic. We want to feel like the stars have aligned. So. Yeah, that can be a struggle a little bit.
I was thinking about you today, and I guess this question applies to both of you. And something I was going to ask you. I was thinking you should write a book called, and both of you maybe write a book, What I Learned from Talking to Everybody. What did you learn from talking to everybody? when you guys went out? I mean, was there a certain pattern that you recognized in people that when you
I'll let you
when
answer
thought?
first. I'll let you answer first.
I will say that more people than you think are willing to have a conversation. What people fear is being the person who goes first, right? So like once you take the initiative and be the person who actually takes that first step, people just open up to you. I've never had like someone respond negatively to me creating a conversation with them.
So you were onto something, Zanamichi, right? And like to your point, I believe that the person who initiates is the person who holds the power, because you are controlling the environment when you take ownership of the connection.
Yeah.
And then the other element, in my experience with making connections across the board and talking to everybody, is it's like dancing, and you get to see like, dang, do I like how you lead me and how you dip me and how you guide me and how you turn me? Do I like how you do it? And that's how you're able to see if there's actual like chemistry there, is because you're tasting like all the flavors to see which one do you like the best, and then how you like that you show up the best.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm just bugging people, you know. I start talking to them, and then it feels like I'm pulling teeth, you know. And sometimes I have to remind myself that sometimes their mind is in a different place.
Give some pointers. What are some pointers that, when Donmichi is striking a conversation,
Not just me,
what are some,
anybody.
go-tos that like the average man, right, who doesn't think he has any game, that's like, you know, oh, I don't know if they want to talk to me. What are some things that they can just like strike up or say to start conversation?
If we're speaking like platonically, it's just keep in mind that people want to talk about themselves.
I
the
think you
secret
said this, and
ingredient,
I didn't hear this. People like you start talking about them,
yeah, they
and
open up.
then they'll like they open up.
Yeah, just lean into curiosity. Just be more curious about the person, because a lot of people like have never really been seen for real. They really value that, especially like in the dating context. Like if you're on a date with a woman and you're perceiving things about her and you're sharing that with her, you're making like really on point observations that other people haven't made. They really tend to like that.
Yep.
All right, so make it about your victim. I mean, your target. Okay. So you talk. We hear about you detoxifying men out of their bad habits. Like, what does that mean?
I mean, it's multifaceted, right? A lot of men walk around with shame because masculinity has been kind of demonized, and that's partly due to a lot of men not having a positive example of masculinity.
Yeah.
What you see online a lot is a lot of performative masculinity.
Let me stop you right there. Can we define, because we've been having this conversation before we got in, what is toxic masculinity? Because it gets thrown around a lot. It's very broad, or people use it very broad and very loosely. But what's your definition of toxic masculinity?
I mean, I can describe what I think it is from my worldview, like being overbearing, being controlling. It's really just the shadow aspects of the positive attributes of masculinity, right? So let's take someone who's a leader. That's a positive aspect of masculinity. The shadow aspect of that is someone who's controlling. You see what I'm saying? So it's just the other side of the coin to the positive attributes.
So what you do is you work on letting people recognize where they're being toxic and allow them to let go of these toxic traits, or get them to understand that these are toxic traits, get them to pull back from that, and get them to understand that, you know, to be masculine is to kind of control, discipline yourself, and recognize when you're going overboard.
That's part of it. A lot of things I work with guys is mostly just dealing with shame, just not feeling like they're enough, that they don't measure up. A lot of guys measure themselves against other men, right? So that's one aspect. Another area is just technical know-how. Just most guys have no idea what women want, right? Because, you know what I mean? Like when they look online, they'll see a viral video of a woman saying like they don't want to be approached, and then thousands of women agreeing with her, or a woman saying that a man has to make X amount or be X feet tall, and they just take that as gospel. They take that as a representation for all women everywhere, and it's like really just getting surgical and replacing those false beliefs with more nuanced beliefs. I like try to position myself as the person who offers like a high degree of nuance and I'm totally against black and white thinking. So I think that's like the voice that I add to the space that not many people do.
Marquette, we gotta go. Wow, this has been an amazing conversation here. I love everything that you do. Where can they find you? And do you have any programs that people can get online?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I offer coaching off my TikTok. You can find a link in my bio. And again, that book that you referenced, 10 Laws of Magnetic Attraction, is a free download. So they can just click the link in my bio, get access to that. And yeah.
The signal dating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, man, you are now a friend of the show. Please come back and keep up the good work out there. I love it, man, when good brothers like yourself are doing good work out there.
I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you both.
All right.
Nice to meet you as
Nice
well.
to meet you, too. All right, more Late Night Love when we come forward.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with the magnetic matchmaker from who's world famous, Spicy Maddie.
Love the world.
Listen, love the world. Yes. So listen, last night we, up next, we're going to clip 3? Okay. Yeah, last night we talked a lot about the art of kissing and what seems to be a lack of kisses themselves these days. The discussion got a little off point when I admitted that I'm a little germ phobic. Successful Brim was...
We don't like to kiss?
It's not that. It's just that,
Tongue all down your throat.
Well, when I was younger, I kissed all over the place. But, then you start getting strep throat and disease and sick and, women carry the things that my system ain't set up to defend against. And
Your
so
immune system can't kiss.
Yeah, so I'm just a little bit more mindful.
Okay.
I love kissing. I love the intimacy. I
feel
love
like
it.
kissing's intimate too.
Right, but COVID and, the tonsil hockey and all, it's just, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
So,
I feel you.
But the discussion got a little weird when I was like, I'm a little germophobic at that point. But here's poster low-key pros showing us how it's done.
If you want to completely elevate how you kiss, this is what you're going to do, okay? Some of you may already do this, so this is for the ones that don't know. So I recommend doing this when you are either against a wall or something that you can balance on. Balancing your weight is going to be key so you don't look clumsy when you do this. So you're kissing your man, right? And you're against a wall, a car, or just wherever. Your back is leaned up against something. What you're going to do, you are going to take your left hand, okay, and hold onto his bicep. And then you're going to take your other dominant hand and be in his hair while you're, you get the point. As you're kissing, bring up your dominant leg and start caressing his. It should kind of look like this.
Now pay attention. Remember left hand in hair, right hand on bicep. Put weight on left leg, focus on dominant leg, and slowly jog your leg up the side of his leg and caress it all the way back down. And you can repeat this, or just keep it in place. It's up to you.
And the higher your leg goes, you use the back of your calf to pull him into you. Now, have I done this? Yes. Does it work wonders? Yes. Should you do it?
Maybe.
Little demon over there, right?
The voice change makes it spooky.
Well, so that is the ultimate.
Do you like that dynamic?
Yes, that is the ultimate. Now I don't like how she's manipulating
the sound.
Well, no. She knows what she's doing.
You like the devil voice?
No. I would rather you be doing it because you're in the moment,
okay,
not because you're trying to play me.
But how is it playing you?
I don't know.
All she's trying to do is just add a little extra glitter glue to the magic.
Well, I would like it to happen spontaneously, not like, oh, I got him.
Oh gosh,
I got
You're
you.
another one that needs to be authentic or organic.
Yes.
Remember we talked about the overuse of the word organic?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You can create magic, romance magic, all these things. It's an illusion.
You got a whole playbook, don't you?
Yes.
For when your husband comes in, he's walking into trap after
I do the same
trap
thing, but
after
I don't
trap.
rub my leg against him. I wrap it around him and like pull him in with my leg, right? And then I make him like dip me.
You just got it all
We're
set
not
up.
really in the mood for a dip, but I like the feeling of going through the motions of it.
No, but it's what it is the intimacy of your body wrapping around mine or touching mine. That especially if it's like I don't know, flesh on flesh.
Yeah.
And then the tightness of the body, it really leads to arousal and intimacy, and it's like connection.
But then like from there, like don't take it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's
a tease.
foreplay. It's foreplay.
Tease. Yeah.
Especially if you like maybe you sneak and do that throughout the day, or that's maybe before you go to work.
Under the table.
There's a little. It is foreplay.
So then, how is this manipulative?
Because it's not happening organically.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
I want you to mean it.
Yes. Yeah, maybe I'm living in fantasy land, and maybe all right. So what? Let me be delirious.
Delulu.
Delulu. Let me be Delulu. From the chat, we got new viewer Edgar from Dan's Corner. Hi team. My opinion is that most men love deeper than women. It's the women sometimes who don't reciprocate the love. For example, the new era women put a monetary price on everything. I'm not really sure about that. I think that's what we see online. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if that's really what goes on in everyday life.
Just to add on to what you said, right? Yes, and there's not even that many rich people in the world. So this whole idea and notion that like every woman, is expecting, a certain level. There's more people still than there are rich people. So they still need somebody. There's more middle class than there are rich people. They still need somebody. So I think that we're like living in this fantasy of what social media is telling us versus what like the actual truth of what is going on.
Yeah. And then on top of that, like if you're looking through social media and you go after those social media type women, then they're only going to be with you because you have money.
Oh, you're talking about the IG models?
The IG models, the baddies, and so like it looks nice, but what kind of relationship are you really going to get?
If you're going after someone because you're superficial or you have superficial intentions, then you are going to get somebody because you are going to be a magnet for the superficialness, the person who doesn't have necessarily the depth, because you guys are yoked for each other.
Yeah, there are plenty of beautiful women out here who are just looking for love and relationship and companionship.
Of women.
Lots of women out there that you'll meet in your everyday. So you got to social media is not reality. It is just entertainment. It is just it's advertising. It's media.
The problem is we aren't dating within our lane. Date within your lane.
Well, what's the lane? Like your life. Your life? your real life? Not
everything in life, there's a hierarchy. There's a category, right? There's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh place, right? Let's just say that there's these places, right? Or even if we think of it like a pyramid. Date within your lane. Are you a first place, second place, third place? Like date within your lane.
Or
there's a slow lane and then there's the fast lane. Okay, if you can't be in the fast lane, then you need to maintain your speed of 65 in the slow lane and get you someone who's a 65. But if you're someone who is 100 miles per hour, then get you another vehicle that can go 100 miles per hour. Get you, a Porsche and a Lamborghini, and all those belong with each other. And the, little Prius can be over there with the Tesla.
Well, I've got another example for you. Only follow people you know on social media. Unfollow everybody who you don't know, every celebrity. Only follow people you know. Now, I know the algorithm is always going to push people that you don't know into your feed, because I've tried to follow every woman that looks beautiful just so I stop lusting after them, because sometimes...
Wait, how does that work? You follow all the beautiful women?
No, I try to unfollow.
Oh, unfollow. Okay.
Unfollow. I try to unfollow every pretty woman.
Oh, that's why I got to unfollow from you.
No, stop it.
Sorry.
No, but what happens is that these women, they even when you try to unfollow pretty women, it still pops up in the feed.
Because they know at one point you interacted, and that is what you tend to watch.
Well,
right?
how do I stop
it's
that?
Looking at. Do not scroll. Do not click. Do not like. Do not Don't tap on that heart, and do not spend time. Do not let it run. Do not even let it run. And then also there's the option with the 3 little buttons at the in the corner that you can hit
do not see
interested
more?
in this.
Not interested in. So I got to do work. I have to do work to stop sending it. Yeah. So all right, do all of that.
They don't want you to stop seeing this. They want you to continue to see it.
I don't listen. I was like, I really was like, I want to make a concerted effort to stop pushing this type of lust into my...
also how to change it? Go and search pastors, priests, nuns.
Change the algorithm.
Yes. And then it will be like, oh, Don is interested in this. Let's shoot this his way.
Oh, God. I mean, everything in moderation.
Have you looked for nuns yet?
No,
okay,
no.
Have you looked for pastors and priests?
But then they're going to start sending me hot nuns. Come on.
They won't.
All right, Madi, did you ever, did they ever show you that show Scared Straight in school? You remember that?
Scared Straight.
They
Which
would
one
throw
was that?
They would throw the little kid in with the murderers, and the murderers would yell at him. You little punk! If you don't straighten up, you're gonna be in here as my little girlfriend.
Oh, was it like a boot camp type of thing where they're yelling in their faces?
Yeah,
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, the one where the prisoners tell how bad being in jail is, so the teenagers are stay on the straight and narrow.
Yes.
Well, poster Odet's Big K2 has her own version of which we'll call Scared Single.
Am I the only one scared to date right now? Am I the only one that think the dating scene is so scary? It's spooky out here. You gotta worry about so much as a female, bro. You gotta worry about if the dude DL. You gotta worry about if he got a second family, a hidden family at that. Then you gotta deal with dudes that got 3 and 4 kids that don't take care of them. Then you got dudes that's married and out here in the dating scene as if they ain't married. Then you got these passenger princesses that think you supposed to kiss they ass, that you supposed to chase them down like they the dang on prize. Then you got these narcissists that don't know they narcissists and always think they never wrong about nothing. Oh, the woman is never right. Oh, I'm always right. Then you got these chatty patties that be really DL on the low. They always seem like they hate women. They hate women, but you want a woman, right? Or you want a man. Y'all be confusing the fuck out of me. Then don't get me on the STD rate right now. Don't get me on that, please. Then you gotta deal with dudes that's literally gaslighting you, be acting like they want a relationship but don't want a relationship. Then you gotta deal with love bombing. Then it's slim pickings out here because most of these dudes ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. Ain't got no car, ain't got no job, ain't got no house, ain't got no morals, no standards, no damn values. Please. Y'all notice we rarely see weddings these days because these don't even value marriage no more. It's hard out here, man. It's hard out here. Honestly, it's best to stay single. That's my best advice for 2025. Stay single while you can. Because no shame. I have been the happiest I have ever been. And I have prospered so much. I have accomplished so much. I done lost weight and some more being single. What the hell? How that work?
Or you can just take what you can get and do the best with it. Take what you can get.
That was a lot. Her dating life does sound like it's a mess. The fact that she's experienced all that, and that's not to say that the things that she is saying, like, those kind of men exist, right? Like what she's describing.
I was like, is there any good? First of all, what town are you in?
Is she experiencing anything outside of that? Because that's what I would like to hear. I would like to hear the positives, right? She took the time to hop on social media and talk about all the negatives, but like, we have to have some balance to that. There has to be some positive experiences.
Well, yeah, I was trying to hear something positive, but it seems like either she's picking wrong or she's
the problem.
Right.
If she's saying all of that, like, no, honey.
Because I can't imagine like
those
it's
ain't
all
my
that
life
bad.
experiences. Those ain't my clients' experiences.
Well,
That's a you thing.
Yeah, it can't all be 100% bad. I mean, statistically, there's got to be one guy.
She's not even saying weddings anymore. I'm like, I go to a wedding every other week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then on top of that, I'm happy being single, but then you're complaining about the
that
single
did not
life.
look like happiness.
Yeah, you can't.
That's not what happiness sounds like.
I do feel it is kind of hard for younger men out there nowadays. I feel women are in so many spaces, getting so many more opportunities than men are getting at this time.
What do you mean opportunities?
I just feel the door is open for women a lot more than for younger. I feel the door is open for women more so than men to get into places.
For example,
I don't know, like production. I was looking at the BET Awards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was looking like at the media room, and I was seeing a lot of women in support roles doing production, setting up the microphones, and I was like, where are the men at? You know, where's the balance at? You know. And I think what happens is that I think women like to amplify other women when they get into positions of power. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. And they like to pull up and bring other women in. And I think there's a lot of that going on. And I think also I feel like a lot of men are getting kind of left behind. I don't know.
Okay, wait. Both can be
Both can be true.
Well, let's not say left behind. The observation that you're making is factually true.
Yeah.
Statistically, women are more likely to get into positions and be hired if a fellow woman is interviewing them and advocating on their behalf, right?
Yeah.
But the opposite end is that if a woman is not, she is less likely to be hired, and a male is more likely to be hired. And because we have so much further to still come, men still dominate the workplace.
Well, I even
promotion-wise, financially, like you guys are far from getting left behind.
Well, but look at hip hop right now. Doechii, Glorilla, Sexy Red.
But like you're comparing, but you guys have literally dominated everything.
I know.
Everything. You guys take everything from us.
I know.
Everything.
I'm just saying there's a female movement in the air right now. Like for hip hop, which has been
finally getting a little clout, a little ahead, and supporting one another. Yes, but trust me, if we were to even compare in like radio, right? I did a whole like dissertation on, or a whole like report on the stats around radio. We still are like in your guys' dust when it comes to the hiring process at like radio stations and when it comes to like media and entertainment.
No, I get but I feel there is something in the air and there is a female movement going on. I'm not saying it's equal.
We're finally getting into positions to help one another. But you guys are not getting left behind, Don Luigi.
Well, no, I keep hearing that. Well, how do you explain the men don't have any money? They don't have any opportunity. They don't have any places to live or cars.
I can easily explain that.
Then how do you explain that?
Growth mindset.
So what are they doing?
Not growing, not evolving, not educating, not supporting one another, right? Because we are, although there is like the male locker room and guy circuit, you guys look out for one another. We understand that in order for us to get ahead, that like relationship is extremely important, and so we do lean into mentorship. We do try to help one another, and that has like given us a little jolt. But you guys still dominate. We're still one in many, in a sea full of men. So in the workplace.
Men are just hanging out at the house, playing Call of Duty?
I mean, we could like go into like the historical component of it. We can go into like the element of... We can go into a lot of components of like why it's looking like these.
It's just weird. I started hearing
this. But left behind, oh my God, to say that, wow.
Yeah, I just started hearing this like 10 years ago where the women were like, yeah, my man... I make more money than men, and they get upset. And I'm like, really? I didn't experience that. All right, more late night love when we come forward.
know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Spicy Marty, and you can join the conversation as we talk about love and relationships here on Late Night Love. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's a QR code on your screen. You can scan that with your phone and jump to the conversation through the Zoom, audio or video, or the chat on Zoom, or you can go to our Late Night Love YouTube page on Fox Soul's YouTube page and jump into the chat there. And shouts out to Love ADL, who's in the chat. And she says, if a woman or a man has a white tongue, with the eyeballs, you need to run. Yeast in mouth, mono, gingivitis, hepatitis A through C is out here, yuck mouth. I was talking about how I get a little weirded out with kissing. Not that I'm opposed to it. I just need to kind of get to know you and your habits, you know. And so, you know, and that's just as I've gotten older and as I've gotten sick.
So you said a white tongue. What are the symptoms? White tongue. And what else?
White yeast. With
I'm like,
white,
it's hurting my throat hearing this.
If a woman or man has a white tongue, you need to look. You need to run. Yeast in mouth, mono, gingivitis, hepatitis A through C is out here. Yuck mouth.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
All right, so last week, Los Angeles radio host Sean Andre joined us live to talk about his dating woes. Since then, Spicy, you followed up with him and actually got more of the story, which we're going to talk about now. Joining us live now from Los Angeles KTLA Studios in Los Angeles is Sean Andre. Welcome back.
Hello, sir.
What did you and Marty talk about?
Well, you know,
what did we talk about, Sean? Let it out.
Okay, so we talked about, you know, so I'm wearing the sunglasses because Spicy Marty is speaking with me right now. Some of that spice might pop into my eyes. No, all good. No, so we talked about situationships, and honestly, Don and Spicy, you know, there are 4 things that I thought about when we talked about situationships. And so, number one, how did I get here? How did I find myself in this situationship? Number 2, do I really want to get out of this situationship? And that would lead into number 3. If so, if I do want to get out of that, how do I get out of it? Maybe there's some strategery that's involved in that. Number 4, if I don't want to get out, what are the consequences? That's what we spoke about.
So you're in a situationship.
Right.
Are you being held hostage? Blink once. Yes or no?
Where is that get out of jail free card when I need it? I think it's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Spicy can
Let's talk
probably help me out
definitions,
with
right?
this.
For those who are unfamiliar, situationship, and let's get very clear on it. Situationship, sneaky link, friends with benefits.
Right.
All of these things are under the umbrella of
undefined
relationship, okay, because it is essentially a form of a relationship. It's not an appropriate one, but it's a form of a relationship where usually you are compromising certain standards or boundaries in order to have a little instant gratification or connection with someone. Usually there's an attachment there, but you do not claim that person as your partner, right? You may be physically intimate with them, even spending like time with them, doing romantic things even, but you do not claim that person as your own, right? You don't celebrate them. You, in the sense of social media publicly to your family and friends, you're not claiming them as your partner, your girlfriend. How did we get there?
Right, but you know what? Sometimes, Spicy, it can be convenient for both parties.
Okay.
Right. I mean, depending on what time you are in your life or what's going on in your life, and for both parties, it really could be convenient. And so, yeah, typically, ideally, we wouldn't say that a situationship is a great thing, but if it's convenient for both parties involved,
Convenient is great, right? I love
convenience.
Fast food is
we
delicious.
all love convenience.
Fast food is delicious, but it is not healthy.
That's true.
Well, not healthy for you. Might be healthy for me.
Fast food isn't healthy for anybody.
I don't know.
So yes, it's convenient, right? We could get like, although I do love me some In-N-Out. That to me doesn't count as fast food.
See, there you go.
It's convenient for both parties. Okay.
Right.
But we admit that it's not healthy.
It may not be healthy, but then maybe there are levels to health, right? I mean, because if somebody isn't healthy, for example, there are levels to it. I mean, one could be like extremely unhealthy, and then one could be somewhat unhealthy, and then one could be just a tad bit unhealthy. So maybe there are levels to it. How do you feel about that?
Unhealthy isn't healthy. While I appreciate you, there's levels to this, like, is it stage 1 cancer or stage 4 cancer? You're right. There's levels to that, right? But nobody wants cancer. So when we talk about relationship, there's something that's holding you back, right? And we don't have to go into like the thick of things with you and your situationship, but usually not all needs are getting met, right? And sometimes that's just from like a human level. As a human, we want to know that somebody is proud of us. We want to feel chosen. We want full trust established, and we want to feel safe with that person. In situationships, and when you have a sneaky link, those usually do not exist because someone is not taking responsibility for you. They want the benefits of you. They want that time. They want them legs spread, but they don't want to actually be responsible for your future.
Well, and to your point, I think we get elements of that, which you mentioned. You mentioned 3 or 4 things, feeling safe and feeling wanted and needed. And so we get elements of that, but maybe not the full spectrum as to what you're speaking to. So,
but the want is like coming from a place of like desire, right? You may want physical attraction or physical needs met, but you don't necessarily want to invest in this person and attach them to your future or even to your legacy.
That's true, because you might be out and about, and if you find yourself out with this person, you're like, okay, do I grab their hand? Do I hug them a certain way, or am I showing too much affection? Do I kiss them on the cheek, or exactly what do you do in that situation? So
I got a question from Edgar Dan's Corner from the chat says, is this situation not claiming this person kind of a safe zone?
That's not safe.
Well, I mean, I guess the person not claiming the person, their safe
like
zone.
no labels.
Yeah, it's kind of a safe zone.
Is there a wall up?
Well, it's kind of like I got 1 foot in,
1 foot out,
1 foot out, and I'm kind of like I can leave at any time, and that's the safe zone for me.
Yes.
In the situationship.
Sean is emotionally unavailable to her.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yes.
But he is emotionally available.
He is emotional with her. He is not emotionally available to her. She cannot use him as a resource for love and depend on him to be her rock.
Oh, what if that, let me say something really quickly. What if that same person is also in a situationship? And so again, that's where convenience comes back into play.
Wait, they're in a situationship with someone else?
Yeah. Maybe that, I mean, that does happen. That does happen, right? I mean, so maybe
that does happen.
We got a situation triangle here?
Well, you can have multiple, when you're not in a committed relationship, you can have multiple partners.
Oh, so this is a rotation.
A hotation.
A hotation. Well, hold on now. This opens up a whole nother theory thing going on here. If this is a hotation, there's nothing wrong with this.
If you aren't in a committed relationship, chances are that the other person is not only dating other people but also sleeping with other people, and they owe you nothing because they have not defined the relationship. They have not professed that they are bound to you, and
now,
so
I've dated community property before, and
community property, I love that.
I didn't expect nothing from it. I understood that it was for the streets. And I said, listen, I release you back into the streets.
I release you back.
I release you, yes.
Where you belong.
Blind
and
way.
I appreciated our time, and hopefully you'll come and see me again.
Sean, you brought up great questions, right? Do you want to get out, or do you want to stay in? Do you feel like...
Well, that's a continual question that I'm asking myself, where I see this going, and what the future holds for this situationship. So those are valid points and valid questions that I continue to ask myself, and I'm sure I'm not the only one in that situation, right?
Do you want to die alone?
That's the hard question.
If you put it that way.
Listen, I was thinking about this today. What do you really want at the end of the day? Like, what's the advice that you would give them? Is that it? Do you want to die alone?
No, that's a serious question.
But that's a serious question, though.
And the chances of that can be high, because when you don't have once again, safety is reciprocal, right? Like the trust and love that you need in exchange with the other person. But Sean, you really do need to think about if this person is the one, or are they standing in the way of you finding the one? Because you can't fully be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and still be emotionally available for someone on the outside, and still share your time and space with this person. And you're also doing her a disservice, because she's not getting an opportunity to be in a relationship with somebody who wants to give their full self to her.
Right. And to speak to your point, even if somebody else is in that same situation, they're in a situationship and it seems convenient for the two of you at the time, there's going to come a point in time where that's just not going to fly anymore.
I feel like he's with a married woman.
Oh, God. Listen.
Well, I mean, that's a whole different situation.
On that
would be,
Sean Andre, we got to run. You can catch Sean Andre here Monday through Friday, or here in Los Angeles on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. Thank you for your time. You got to come back soon and let us know what happens.
You're always fun.
Thank you. All right. More late night love when we come forward.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with the magnetic matchmaker, Spicy Marty. And you know what? You can join the show, but just hit the Zoom QR code in the corner of the screen, or head over to our YouTube channel and click the Zoom link there, or jump into the chat. And, we're talking about relationships and love. We're going to be here till 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today, the trial of Shonda D. Combs, the witness known as Jane, was attacked by the defense for sending suggestive texts to Diddy during their relationship. But there was also more damning testimony for her, as the Touré Show explains.
Jane says she did not understand Diddy's nighttime desires, so she started doing some internet sleuthing and came upon the term cuckolding. Cuckolding is when a man watches his woman be with another man. She researched the reasons why someone would like this. One of the reasons was because the man enjoys seeing his woman be pleasured. I don't think that's what we're talking about. Jane was not actually his woman. She was his live-in sex worker. He does not care about her. This is not about him enjoying watching her be pleasured. She also found another reason why people are cuckolds, because she said, you might be bi-curious, but too ashamed or somehow unable to experience it on your own. She called him a cuck. She is not the first person to say, hey, maybe this guy wants to have gay sex, but he's somehow blocked from actually doing it. So what he's doing in the freak-offs is he is voyeuring, imagining himself in the role of Jane or Cassie being plowed by these guys.
Touré is just so petty, number one. Number two, he's so upset because of his cousin allegedly, having some issues with Diddy, and he having issues with Diddy also.
Got it.
So his interviewing is kind of slanted and biased because of his interactions with Diddy in the past.
But wasn't that just like different theories that were going on?
I don't know what he's reporting on it, but I don't know. That's a lot. That's a very big theory to have.
Those are a lot of theories, but
yeah.
And yes, it's not his. So I think that he's just putting those out there. These are what people are saying. And to his point, it was just in an episode of White Lotus on HBO. Do you watch White Lotus?
I'm trying to get into
what
it.
are the people who was crazy doing drugs and he was kind of like Diddy, where he's pushing himself to the max and it was never enough. And he was watching, his girl at the time have sex with other people, but then he wanted to be her. So then he started having sex with all the other people. I'm like, oh, this is like White Lotus. So these theories aren't crazy to try them, but the theories aren't crazy in the sense of people really think about these things.
All I can say is cocaine is a hell of a drug. That's all I can say is drugs and alcohol will make you do extraordinary things.
Which is why I just say no. The DARE program worked on me.
Yeah, it is a wild a theory to sit there and say Diddy wanted to be the guy, the girl.
You don't think that there was anything to that?
I just thought he liked. I think guys like the idea and seeing their girl liked.
Do you think if men could trade places with women for a day, they would?
No.
Okay, do you think that women would trade places with men for a day if they could?
Wait, you mean...
Just in the body.
If I could be Spicy Marty...
If you could body swap, would you take advantage of that?
No.
You're missing out. But, okay, I disagree. I think that people would body swap for just a day if they could. I think there could be something to these theories that were thrown out there.
To have sex?
To just experience life. Sex.
As a woman?
First off, if men could body swap, they would absolutely be starting with sex. Okay? Absolutely.
So I go, let me get this. I'm a man and I'm a body swap with the mindset of a man.
Did you see Black Mirror? Oh, you don't watch TV.
I do watch Black Mirror.
Okay, there was an episode of Black Mirror where he's playing the video game. Did you see the video game
I
one?
saw the video game where they were playing the video games and he became a woman
Yes.
and they were having sex in the video game.
Yes, and then he fell in love with his bestie or whatever.
It would be weird to be a man in a woman's body.
But I think that people are curious, and I don't think that the theories that were thrown out there are like far from it because there really is no explanation. So people are just trying to fill in the gaps.
I would have to be a woman. I can't be me in your body without really being a woman. I got to be a woman.
Yes. You're telling me that if you had an opportunity to do it as like a video game, you wouldn't.
Would I be a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Femininity and all?
You mean you want to be in a woman's body with masculinity?
I don't want the masculinity. I want to experience the whole woman.
The whole thing.
I want to understand how you
gamut.
think and how, you know.
If given the opportunity, I'd be a man for a day.
You're right. To understand how you think, move, and ideology.
If I had a chance, I would swap with my husband for a day. Just to like, I would do it.
He'd be like, oh, this damn spicy. Come on, here comes.
He'd be like, this is so much work.
I don't know.
I'd be saying the same.
I would love to experience just the thought process of women and how you guys see things to really understand just the different layers of life and how you see things. Like that is the biggest thing I wish I could understand. How you guys see the different shades of life that we don't see. How I can see, how we both can look at the color orange and see different shades.
Different things.
Yeah. You know, that's that's the biggest thing I want, because even when I think I have a greater understanding of women compared to how I didn't understand anything, I still am so far off the mark.
Yeah.
You know, I just every day it's learning more and more and more. And it's like, oh God, I thought I knew and I don't know. And the more I know, I'm like, oh.
But I wish more men took an active role to learn us, like in the sense of like listening and asking questions. You won't believe how many women complain about men not asking questions.
There's so much nuance to you, though. There's so much nuance, and it's such a wide diaspora of nuances because there's so many of you. It's very weird, and it's scary too, because some of you are scary.
Oh.
Some of you are like, oh.
Like, what women are you referring to?
No, there's a side of women when you guys get angry that is very scary.
Yeah.
And then there's a side of you that's loving and so nurturing and so beautiful. But that anger side is like, oh, God, let me run.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's a side of you when you guys are drinking at a wine bar that I don't want to be by. And you guys are gossiping.
You're like the drunk side.
No, there's a wine bar in Inglewood called Tintin Wines that I walked into where they have brunch sometimes. And I walk in there and there's a lot of female energy. And it's really all women just like hanging out, having brunch. And I'm like, I don't think I belong in here. Not that I can't be in there, but there's something about women having brunch, coexisting with each other and talking, and I'm like, it's too much feminine energy in here. Let me get out of here. It's just like, this is a woman's space, and and when you guys are gossiping, talking, and enjoying each other's company and just camaraderie.
There is something though about the masculine energy entering into the room and it creating a shift.
Yes, and I'm like, and I could feel the energy too. It's too much feminine energy, and I'm like, I don't belong here. It's a feminine space, and it's like, ugh. It's not ugh,
what
but
do you
just
mean, ugh?
no. It messes. The energy vibe is like, I don't belong in this space, but not in a mean way or anything like that.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right. Where are we going from here? I'm sorry. Oh, Edgar is becoming a loyal listener and viewer of this show.
We got a series regular?
And no, Edgar is brand new to the show. Edgar Dan's Corner, not just drugs and alcohol. Many individuals have fantasies and some would love to fulfill them. Yeah, I mean, you know, when it comes to sex, we were talking about Diddy, and Diddy, Torre said Diddy's fantasy may have to Ben Cassie or
yes, that's what I was referring
Jane.
to. Jane.
I said alcohol and drugs may make you do, you know, interesting things. When it comes to sex, people have a lot of different kinks, and they may want to be different things.
Blame it on the alcohol and sex. And what he's saying is like, no, sometimes these are just fantasies. Stop trying to blame it on drugs.
Well, they've admitted that every time they're having these freak-offs, they're doing cocaine, they're doing ecstasy, probably laced with speed.
But you feel like because they're under the influence or intoxicated,
yes,
that's when the demon shows itself.
Well, I mean, they're talking about marathon sessions of sex. So, like, during this time in the early 2000s, there was a lot of ecstasy floating around, and they would mix it with speed. and it would keep you going for a couple of days, and that high and that euphoric feeling, which is such a beautiful feeling when it comes to ecstasy, would keep you in a lovemaking
experience.
Absolutely. Look, they talk about the Obama ecstasy pills. I remember those.
What are those?
There were Obama pills that were floating around that were ecstasy pills back in the mid 2000s, especially when Cassie was floating around when her career was popping. I remember those. I remember I got some of those. I stopped taking the ecstasy pills around that time because anybody with a pill press could start pressing pills up and telling you they were ecstasy pills, and they weren't really mixed with ecstasy. So it became a crapshoot of like, you know how they're saying like people are
Drugs
saying
aren't pure.
How they're overdosing with fentanyl now. Same thing with the ecstasy. They were pressing things up, telling you they were ecstasy, but it really wasn't pure ecstasy. It was maybe mixed with a little bit of ecstasy and something else, like filler drugs. And so that's why I stopped messing with the whole drug thing.
Because your drugs weren't organic.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm like, unless I can find a chemist or unless I get a test kit and can test the drug for purity, I'm not taking them. And I'm like, if I'm going that far for drugs,
correct,
it's a little too much.
Yes.
So there you go.
I would agree.
But I remember that piece in the whole situation. So I know they were doing a lot of drugs at that time. Can a good woman reform a bad man is a question. Poster Jill Johnson says it's usually a delusion.
Oh, you thought he was going to change for you. He's not. He was intending on dragging you through the mud and leading you on for as long as you let him. Stop thinking that you're the different woman. Stop thinking that you're the one that can change that man. He can only change himself. I call this the I can change him mentality. It never works. This is why I always say pay attention to who he's dated before you and how those relationships have gone, because men are creatures of habit. More than likely, the way that he treated her is how he's going to treat you. The only thing that can make him treat you better is himself. If he's changed, if he's done the work. We always get into these relationships with these men like, oh, I'm not going to hold him accountable for what he did in his past relationships because it'll be different with me. No, it won't. It won't be. Okay, stop thinking you can change a man. Look at that as a red flag, and once you start seeing those red flags waving, I need you to move on because you cannot change that man.
I asked Successful this, I think, yesterday, and we were talking about Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside girl, and she basically said, am I supposed to leave somebody after he hits you in your face a couple of times? She was talking to her baby daddy. And the question I asked is, like, can you reform somebody who's beat you up? Can you reform a bad man? I've never heard of any success stories of like, yeah, he used to beat me, but now he's a great father.
Let's not even take it from physical. Let's take it like to
emotional abuse,
and just a cheater, right? Okay. Like or someone who let's just say mistreats you across the board. Okay, the person has to want it. No matter what you do, you cannot change that person. They have to want to change.
Right.
And not only can you not change them, but neither can a child. And I think that we think, just like how, we're talking about people living in Delulu. I will be enough. I can convince this person to love me properly. Okay, well, when they see this baby will make them mature. This baby will make, them, want to parent. Or this baby will make them, love me more, because those things are not enough to change the makeup and character of a person.
No. But can it happen?
It can challenge them and make them more aware and bring things to their attention. But
9 times out of 10, it's very slim.
True growth and the actual evolution of it, they have to want that for themselves. They have to want to be better. They have to want the transformation.
Yeah. From the chat, Love ADL says that anger you speak of seeing. Robert Kelly said, when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Yeah. When I remember losing a girlfriend one time, and she had this look on her face. And I immediately knew, that love that she had for me was like, I am over you.
Like, time's up.
Time's up. And I saw it in her face. I was like, oh my God, she's over me.
Yeah.
And that was so hurtful.
It feels so good to be over someone.
Oh, no!
Yes, the power. When the shackles have been released, clink, 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 and you're free from a man. Oh, my gosh. It's so liberating.
That hurts but for me, what about me? You're over me?
You?
Oh, my God.
What? You'll be on to the next tomorrow.
Well, I have to cry, though, a little bit.
Our recovery time and our ability to, rebound is a lot more challenging than your guys's.
Oh, God. It was hurtful. More late night love when we come forward.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Spicy Madi, and you can join this show by scanning that QR code right there and jump into the conversations. We talk about love and relationships. Advice to women who really want to find out what kind of man he is really. Poster Nemas SJ says it's right in front of you.
A cheat code that not enough people talk about is how much you can learn about the man you're interested in by paying attention to what he feeds on. It goes without saying you are what you eat. So you can tell where this man is headed and where he plans on taking you before you even hop in the car, baby. Just pay attention. What is he reading? Does he read? What is he studying? Does he study? If he's listening to podcasts all day, what is he listening to? And more importantly, who is he listening to? What type of music does he listen to? Who are his friends? You can get a peek not only into his mind, but into his future by paying attention to his daily habits and what he is feeding on. I'm gonna be honest. I can tell where my husband is headed by his YouTube search history, by the books on his bookshelf, by the way he spends his time, by the things that he studies, how often he's at the mosque, who his friends are, how often they speak and what they speak about. It can even go as far as looking at his friends and what they're doing. Have they committed themselves to God? Have they committed themselves to a woman? And I'm talking about marriage. What are they reposting on social media? I'm trying to tell you, scroll through his Instagram feed and that'll tell you everything you need to know. Scroll through his call log and that'll tell you everything you need to know. Check out his bookshelf if he has one. I'm telling you, ladies, you do not always have to hop in the car with a man to see where he's headed. His daily habits, we love to text, okay? See what he's doing throughout his day. See what he's doing in the span of 7 days. And within that time period, what is he feeding on? Is he feeding on anything? Or is he just going based off of vibes? I'm just saying, is he trying to grow?
I don't know if she should be dishing out dating advice. She married.
Married people can give dating advice.
Okay. All right.
They're trying to lead you to water and get you to drink.
Is it okay? All right. I mean, I guess they were in the dating pool and they are successful. I'll give them that. Okay, let's follow her advice. Bookshelf, podcast.
The thing she said, she's spitting.
Huh?
She's spitting. That the things that she was saying are very important.
Books, podcasts, food.
She's saying, what is he digesting, right? She's saying, what are his daily habits? What are the things that he's consuming? Because the things that he's consuming are influencing him. And so if he's influenced by negative, unhealthy, let's say toxic things that are essentially programming him, are those things work in favor of the relationship, or are those things healthy? Like, are those things going to grow him, or are they going to hurt your guys' relationship?
My issue is, what's the baseline though? Like, that's the issue. Whose baseline are we using? Whose interpretation are we using of what's good or bad at the end of the day? Like, what's bad?
Mm-hmm.
What's good? I mean, if he has one McDonald's wrapper in his car, is he just, oh no, this is it. You're a junk food addict.
She's saying, for you to look at not just the like habits, right? Because that means continuous. But when it comes to the consumption of, and not just food, but like information, right? Is there a balance of entertainment with education? It can't just be, I'm listening to, a group of 5 dudes on a couch shooting the breeze about relationships and none of them are married. There needs to be a balance, okay? But is he also listening to Pastor Teray from one church? Or, is he also balancing that out? Like, it can't just be, and I'm going to use somebody throwback, like a Kevin Samuels that he's listening to 24/7, and then he's not, like, balancing that out. And so there needs to be, someone else that is, like, pouring into him that is also, and even then, you still need to assess, why is he listening to some of that toxicity? That means clearly he agrees with it.
Maybe he was just for entertainment purposes.
There's and if it is for entertainment, right? But he's inundating his life with it, then it's like, okay, that is going to set the frequency that he's on.
So you need to be digested. That's pretty interesting, though. That look at his life, look at his scroll, look at his call log.
1,000%.
Now, what if he doesn't let you look at all of that?
No, a man will show you. You can hear it in the way that he speaks. You can look at his Spotify. You can look at his Apple playlist. You can see you can look at his URLs and see what he's been looking up.
You've been talking to me for
yes, and you can look at his Netflix, right? What are the things that is in his list and his queue?
What are my toxic traits? You've been talking to me for like, I don't know, weeks now. What? You've
been trying to detox from all these women you say that keep popping up on your timeline.
I do. I'd be trying to unfollow them.
You're like, I'm trying to unfollow beautiful women. Okay, so that means that you at a certain point were noticing you going as a slippery slope for you.
Well, I started noticing, I'm like, you know what? I said, because what happens is I'm like, you start following him, and then it started feeling predatory after a while. It started feeling like.
You don't know them.
I don't know. I don't know them. And
a voyeur.
I don't know them, and then all I'm seeing is just like thirst trap pictures. So like there was no value other than skin, and I'm like, I don't want to be lured to your page by skin. And so I was like, let me stop this, because that's not something. Were you donating
money at any point? Subscribing?
No.
OnlyFans?
No.
Okay.
No. Listen, the only time I do OnlyFans is for this show here for research purposes.
For research purposes.
But I made it a point because I was recognizing, like, why am I following all these women, number one? I said, they're pretty and they're beautiful and I admire them, but I'm like, but why? But they do nothing else other than that. And I don't want to, I feel it was predatory, and I don't like things that are predatory. And so I made it a point to unfollow them.
Yeah.
And then what's so unfair about the algorithm is that when you unfollow them, not only do the same ones still pop up in your feed after you unfollow them, other ones still pop up in your feed. I thought that was very unfair.
You got to do a full detox. You got to do a detox.
I thought it was very unfair. Don, what's the
last book you read?
The last book that I read. Well, I don't listen to.
I just recommended a book to you.
You did.
You didn't buy it yet?
I was looking for it. I don't read books per se.
Oh my God.
Hold on. I don't read.
What about audio? Do you audibles? Do you do audibles?
I do a lot of audible. I don't read books per se. I listen to the audio books while I'm running or working out, because it's very hard for me to focus on reading an actual book. So the last book that I actually got through all the way, let me go to my finished books in my library.
So do you remember how the girl was saying, like, pay attention to what he's consuming?
Yes.
You don't even know the name of the last book you read. So if I was dating you, right? If I was her, I would be like, oh, so this is not somebody who like intentionally or is present in his reading material and his classics.
Well, can I at least get to my books that I
can't
finished?
even remember the last one.
Well, I read so many books.
Are you currently reading anything or listening to anything at the moment?
The Room Where It Happened by John Bolton is a book. It's John Bolton was a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, part of the Bush administration, also part of the Trump administration. He got fired. How to Lead by David Rubenstein, Michael Caldwell, Talking to Strangers. Prisoner by Jason Razian, who was held in Iran kind of as a hostage for a political pawn for the Obama administration. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. I read that.
Okay.
Grant Cardone's 10X Rule. Jim Cramer's Real Money. Black Rednecks and White Liberals by Thomas Sowell. What else did I read? And then.
So, what do you think that your book list tells a woman?
My book list is it's a lot of political books, a lot of books about self-help, a lot of books about money, a lot of books about sociology and society. So How to Lead is about about politics and leading.
Mm-hmm.
The Room Where It Happens is about politics. Talking to Strangers is about people, talking to people. Prisoner is a political book. 12 Rules for Life is about self-help.
What's the last relationship book you read?
Let me see.
You got to go all the way back to like 2010.
I don't think there's a relationship book in here. Let me see here. Nope. No, I don't think there's a relationship book in here.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nope. Nothing.
And we wonder.
Wonder what? Why I'm single?
Why you're single.
Listen here. I was waiting for your book to come out to buy it.
I'm surprised there's not something in there about the ecstasy movement.
More late night love when we come from her. All right.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Back to Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Spicy Madi, and you can join the conversation as we talk about relationships and love. Here are from 8 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time. That QR code right there on the screen. Just scan it and you can join the conversation. You asked me, did I read a relationship book?
Yeah, what's the last relationship book?
The last relationship book I read was Why Women Deserve Less by Myron Gaines.
Why Women Deserve Less Than What? You already want to give us the crumb de la crumbs.
Why Women Deserve Less.
You're the last person that should be reading that. You already think that we have too much and that we should have less. You're just trying to rationalize it now?
No. So Myron, you know who Myron Gaines is, right?
No.
Myron Gaines is that guy who's in Miami, who was on that. He's always in that podcast.
Google him.
Once you see his face, you'll know. He got demonetized, but he's always yelling at women. He always has like 20-year-old women in, and he's always like talking about them, how they're not.
He's a bodybuilder?
I don't know if he's a MYRONGAINES.
MYRON.
He was the Fresh and Fit podcast that he had. You'll notice it when you see him. But he had Fresh and Fit. They got demonetized. So he's always yelling at young 20-year-old women that are in his studio in Miami.
Okay.
And he wrote a book called Why Women Deserve Less. And he always talks down to women. And I wanted to read the book because I thought it was a good clickbait headline for the book. And I thought the book was trash, just like a lot of his advice is. He talks down to a lot of women who are very superficial, who are in that Miami scene and are living a certain type of lifestyle.
I'm looking at the book right now.
And it's a trash book. It's a certain lifestyle that they're in. He's trash, and the book is trash, and the whole lifestyle that they're living down there in Miami is trash. But somebody was reading the book, and they were like, "Oh, you got to read this book," and I was like, "What?" And then once I started listening to the book and I heard his voice, I was like, "Oh, I know what this is, and I know what this is about. You should check it out." You know, he's like, women have their own place. They should be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning, and you should be getting me my meals and.
I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah.
Like, no. At no point do I want to download any of that information into my brain.
It's always...
And the fact that you're curious about that.
No, I'm not curious about that.
Okay, but then you got to tell, what did you balance it with, right? You downloaded all that negativity to just hear his perspective about how he hates women.
Well, you think I'm consuming it to...
You got to balance it out with some positivity. So then what's the positive relationship book that you read to balance that out?
Well, I didn't read a positive relationship book, but I read I read a book about God, God's monsters, the foreturning, the message by Takashi Coates. This is Your Mind on Plants. I read that one. I read books to understand what's out there in the ether.
Okay.
To talk about.
Let me recommend The Way of the Superior Man to you by David Detta.
The Way of the Superior Man.
Yes. We need to counter this negative book that you read with a positive one, right? That talks about understanding women and how to guide them effectively. And
I'm gonna try to get the other book that you said, which was King Warrior, but I was trying to find that on Audible and I couldn't find it.
No, you can't find it on Audible. You actually have to read. There's this thing that we used to do back in the day. It's like sewed together pages that you actually like had to flip with ink that was typed on there, and it was called books.
Yeah,
you had to read them.
There's a version of that, the name of that book on YouTube, but it was, I don't know if that was.
No, you got to get the actual you got to get that hard copy. Oh, but you know what? You can do the Kindle. You can get the Kindle version.
The Way of the Superior Man. What?
Oh, The Way of the Superior Man. That's what it's called.
Okay.
David did it. That one's there's an Audible for that.
David. Okay. All right. I'm just sending myself a text message. Okay. All right.
You guys are recommending some good books here. I don't know about.
All right. There we go.
I don't know about Dodd's list for you guys, but I want to make sure that we have some positive books for you to reference that can definitely help with your love life.
Yeah, I read a lot of spiritual.
You'll
and
like
God
The Way of the
books
Superior Man, though. It's about power and leadership. Blah 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 blah.
All right. Last night we had a poet. We had a post about getting a Brazilian butt lift. Is a good test of your man. Tonight, another side of that topic with posters Yaya the Star explaining why she wishes she never had her BBL.
So I had a BBL. It's been over 4 years since I got it done, and I regret it. The real reason I regret my BBL is because I cannot sleep. I started getting these problems maybe like 2 years after I got the BBL. I can't sleep on my sides, right or left. I can't sleep on my back, and I can't sleep on my stomach. If I spend maybe 30 plus minutes on either side, it hurts. I literally do not get sleep at night because I'm always tossing and turning because I feel so much pressure I don't have any health issues or anything. I'm very healthy for the most part. But that pressure where the fat was injected is horrible. I hate it. I don't sleep. And that's why I regret it. Because I do not sleep.
I'm not a big fan of the BBL for a couple of reasons. Number one, they make your butt look out of proportionate with your thighs and your legs. That's number one. Number two, they're very unhealthy. That fat gets sucked into your bloodstream and gets into your heart. You can have a heart attack, and that's very unhealthy. And number two, I don't understand what this thing with the big booty is. Go to the gym.
Oh, I was gonna say, you don't understand why people like butts.
I
But you're
understand.
saying you don't understand why people don't just like work for it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Because people don't want to work for it.
Like
It's the same thing with relationships.
The breasts, I understand. Like you can't
It's
really.
the same thing.
But I don't know how you can't really grow breasts.
I mean, you can grow a little bit of muscle in your chest, but you can't get it to the level of
the breast lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Implants. You can't get it to look like the way that you can with an implant.
Right. But the butt, you can actually get a nice butt by going and doing squats and working on your butt and doing the whole.
You can't get it though as big as like the hard thing with butts is like you can build that muscle, but
the fluffiness
to stay lean. Your body loses body fat like everywhere, unless you like genetically are built different. But majority of the time, you lose body fat everywhere, including your butt when you work out.
But do you want to
So it's hard, like to. My friend told me one time, like you gotta have a gut or a butt. Like which one are you gonna choose?
Well, I mean, what is the perfect butt with enough? You want fat.
You want
back there?
fat and muscle. I squat all day, every day, but I'm in a household that like we're very much like pro workout. A lot of people don't want to work out, Don Michi, so they do the little cheat code. They get the BBL, but. You can, but from a fat transplant, from what I've told, you can burn that off also. So you like spend all this money to like transplant or transport fat to another part of your body, but then it also can go away because it's fat.
Yeah, I saw Nicki Minaj got one, Cardi B got one, which was very sad to see, and I'm like, you were beautiful without it. There was no need.
They're beautiful women, yeah.
They're very beautiful women, and it's like, okay, you don't need it. But it has become today's beauty standard, the breast implant and the BBL.
I feel like it's gonna. I'm hoping for health reasons that it's gonna go away.
Well, I think it's gonna take somebody dying for
people have been dying.
Well, I mean, somebody famous dying of a BBL for people to get scared off. I think the surgery's become a little bit too cheap, especially if they go to Mexico or maybe if they go to Colombia. It might be, or even Miami. I think it may be $6,000 to $10,000, maybe cheaper than that, depending on how you do it. Let me see BBL.
But the sleeping part, what she was saying when she was saying about not being able to sleep from a BBL, that was sounding like the last few months of pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember tossing and turning and being like, oh, I can't find the right position, and being like, I'm so ready for this baby to come, and I don't ever want to feel this again. And so the fact that she's like saying she couldn't sleep and the discomfort that came, I can't imagine going 2 years without being able to sleep properly.
So the average in the U.S. typically ranges $6,000 to $16,000 with an average cost of $8,000 according to Care Credit. In L.A., it's $16,000 to $24,000, so they're probably going to get a better BBL in L.A.
$16,000 to $24,000.
Well, I mean, this is plastic surgery capital of the world, and I think L.A. and Miami, you're probably going to get a better BBL in L.A. and Miami. But on average, $8,000. So $8,000 is a decent amount of money that somebody can come up with to get a BBL.
Yeah.
But imagine if you were investing that in the S&P 500 stock index. I mean, $8,000 is not insignificant amount of money. Would you rather have a big booty or some, retirement money?
If there's an insecurity there and they want to solve for it, like
I get it,
but not at the expense of your health. I'm like, that's so scary.
Yeah, and they are. And you listen, nobody's gonna love you more. At the same time,
It does not make anyone love you more.
Yeah, more late night love when we come forward.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I I wonder if you know that we can get help. I'm not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Spicy Marty, and we are talking about relationships and love here on Late Night Love. You can join the conversation by scanning the QR code right there on your screen or jump into the chat on our YouTube page, Late Night Love on Fox Soul TV. Jen J, we were just talking about BBL, says it's funny how she regrets the BBL, but doesn't mention wanting to get it removed. Not being able to sleep is not normal. No, it's not normal. Love ADL says Tatiana Taylor talked about her cosmetic body workout, and SZA's Summer Walker Lotto has received numerous cosmetic surgeries. Yeah, I mean, you know.
A lot of celebrities are doing it.
Huh?
A lot of celebrities have done it.
Yeah. I mean, they, a lot of them feel like they have to be perfect on camera while they're doing their career.
It is, you are more, you are more critical of your aesthetics. I feel like when you are in the, public limelight.
I think Lotto said she had not Lotto, Glorilla said she had a nose job, which I didn't even, she did get a nose job. I didn't see anything wrong with her nose, but
when did she get that? This is the new nose?
This is the new nose that she has now. So she, within the last 6 to 9 months, she got a nose job.
Look up this new nose.
Yeah, just look up Glorilla nose job, and you'll see the difference. I guess but we were talking like last week that you only see your worst things, your own insecurities at the end of the day. So. I look at Glorilla, I see a beautiful woman, but she may see a big nose at the end of the day.
Let me see.
And now she finally has the money to kind of fix whatever she wants to fix. Love ADL also in the chat says Lotto felt pressured like Cardi B to get the surgery. However, K. Michelle did share a story about how she almost died and had the BBL removed.
Oh, she did. She shared that.
Yeah, it's you're dying for the career and for the surgery, which is not healthy. All right, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant gave this analysis of men who cheat on podcasts, tonight's conversation.
So a man who is a pathological cheater is a man who's also externalizing his brokenness, his pain, his insecurities, his mommy issues, his daddy issues, and all of that stuff onto all of these women who he is being polyamorous with, because cheating is an act of polyamorous. The woman on the receiving end is also the woman who is in that situation because this man feeds her daddy issue dysfunction as well. And so you have two people who are trauma bonding and allowing toxicity to live in that relationship, because it takes toxicity to feed toxicity. It takes dysfunction to feed dysfunction. And so when we go deeper into it, it's not just that this man likes to sneak and cheat. It's that this man has an innate self-hate that he has about himself, because any man who can spread himself thin amongst multiple women who he is dismantling is a direct reflection of the dismantling he has within himself, because we only give people who we are, and they only experience the brokenness or the togetherness or the healedness of who we are.
there's a lot there. People like polyamorous relationships. You can't be healthy and be in a polyamorous relationship if everybody's on board with it.
To her point, it was about being spread thin, right? So
I could never be in a polyamorous. Listen, I can handle
the emotional needs, the physical needs, the financial needs of a relationship are a lot. And then to spread that across multiple people, right? There's only so much that you can give, which means that someone or multiple people will be lacking. And so when you do not want to fully give of yourself unto someone, if you don't want to fully commit, when you don't want to provide the most resources possible to someone, right? Making sure all their needs are met in abundance. It's because you don't fully have not just the ability, but you're withholding for what she's saying are wounds.
Could you not give what you want? Give someone.
Usually you are hiding and you are spreading yourself thin.
But could you not be in a position where you can give more than one person everything that they need?
Can you not be in a position? What do you mean?
I mean, could you be in a position where you can give more than one person what they need? I mean, could polyamory work?
No.
It worked for Abraham. It worked
for some, but you cannot compare us to people in the Bible.
Well, it works for different cultures.
We're
is what I'm
living in like a completely different time, right? I think that we can apply the commandments, but when it comes to like how relationships operated then versus now, very different.
Well, it works in different cultures. They take multiple wives.
Yes, and I think that someone is always suffering. And usually it's because the person who is supposed to be the leader in the relationship, who's supposed to be making sure that you are taken care of, is suffering as well.
You think if I have a second wife, that one of the wives is always going to be suffering?
Yes.
Because somebody's always going to be playing second fiddle to me, to the first wife.
Yes.
Instead of it's a collective love.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think that you do not want to be disciplined. You want...
It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting analysis. I wonder. I mean, I wonder if we all live as one unit, and that we all share each other instead of just looking at it as we are one is taking away from each other. But I don't know. I don't have too much energy and time and money for me to be even thinking about that type of lifestyle. But some people seem to be happy. I've seen couples that live that
mostly
lifestyle.
Hear from men, correct? The person who has the polyamorous relationship with other women.
Well, now
rarely do we see like a lot of women who have multiple husbands.
I'm starting to see more women broach the idea of having multiple husbands or boyfriends now. There's, some of these TV shows that pop up on TLC. Of course, it's always TLC. There was a woman who had two husbands, and she was happy. One husband was like, "Hey, I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and hang out with boyfriend number two."
I love that in theory. But
theory.
But the reality is we are humans, and we need time, attention, love, and loyalty. And when you sacrifice those things so that you can have the companionship but not the commitment.
You know what's so funny?
Nice.
There's a male empowerment coach. He says protect your meat, your money, your attention. Wait. Your money, M-E, your money, time, attention. Wait, M-E-A-T, M-E, money.
Entertainment.
Money.
Equity.
Money, attention, time, and something else. I forgot money, attention, time.
Okay,
money, energy.
Oh, money, energy, attention,
and time.
Protect your meat.
Protect your meat. And
I would agree with that. That's actually a good little acronym.
Yeah, and he's saying in dating, protect your meat.
I'm gonna have to Google who said that.
Coach Greg Adams is somebody who said that. All right. Last week we had a men's dating coach known as Defund Simping, who was a very good guy. Defund Simping was here he's here in L.A., right? Yeah, live on our show tonight. His take on who's more romantic, men or women. Who do you think? I'm going to say men.
Fellas, how are we feeling about this? He made his girlfriend a Hello Kitty bouquet all by himself. Then this guy says, this is how every man starts. Godspeed, little bro. Number one, I hope this guy right here can stay in this mode for as long as he can. My goal for him is to find a girl who really appreciates this and stays with him for life. Because men, we are the real romantics. Women receive romance, we give romance. And here's what happened to almost every guy watching this. We gave romance over and over and over to the wrong girl, and basically women beat romance out of us to the point where it's like, yo, y'all ain't worth it. Because every guy watching this right now has a villain story where they did something so beautiful, so nice for a girl, just for her to hook up with the football player or the other guy. And you're like, wait a minute, I did all this for you and you did that to me? Like I said, hopefully he can stay this way for as long as he can. And hopefully a girl doesn't beat the romance out of him.
I've got an ex who swears.
I agree with this.
I have an ex who swears that I never bought her flowers. When I have video of me buying her flowers, buying her birthday cakes, taking her out, I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, I would never stop.
I also think that we, as women, don't reward you guys enough for the small tokens and demonstrations of romance, therefore not motivating you guys to continue with the romance.
I'll never stop being romantic to a woman. I think regardless of whether women appreciate it or not, I think that when you find a woman that you really are kind of head over heels over, it makes us feel good to like shower you with gifts and be romantic with you and take you out to dinner and give you flowers, because I think it puts smiles on your face. It makes us feel good to put a smile on your face and maybe try to find unique ways to express our love or our likeness for you, or show you that, you know, we are paying attention to you by listening to you and just being unique in our experiences with you, you know, and Hello Kitty gift
Women
bouquet.
appreciate romance. They absolutely appreciate romance.
Yeah,
but
so-
whether you guys are inspired to do it, I don't know if as a culture we have like cultivated and encouraged that enough from you guys.
What do you mean, like, as far as to do it?
What I was talking about, like with the motivation, I feel like the return on investment isn't there for you guys. And to his point, yes, we beat it out of you at a young age. I am probably guilty of being one of those women.
Oh, look at that.
I remember, I have memories of this.
All right, we'll talk about this more when Late Night Love comes forward.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't it alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Spicy Madi, the magnetic matchmaker. Poster Yaya's World says you can tell a lot if you know the body language.
Let me put y'all on to how to read body language. Body language tells you everything people won't say out loud. I talked about this one briefly in my last video, but when someone is annoyed with what you're saying, their eyes, if they start blinking more than usual, looking around like they're trying to find an escape, they over your ass and your conversation. Another big one is tight lips. They start pressing their lips together like this. You saying something they don't like, but they don't want to say it. This one I heard about a while back, but I didn't believe it until I actually start analyzing pictures myself. When someone is in tune with you, when they're in love with you, they lean in. A while back, they were saying a lot of people were taking pictures with their spouse, and one spouse was leaning in more than the other one. When I heard that, I went back and looked at all my pictures. I told myself, you better not be leaning in more than them. What do you think this is? I ain't gonna front, and some of them I was. Bet you I won't now. Another sign that they're into you or in tune with you is their head tilts slightly. Their eyebrows lift a little when you talk. Typically, their body stays open, so that means no arms that's crossed or no legs that's crossed. But y'all, if they start subtly mimicking your movements, mirroring your movements, they locked in. Did you know when someone is lying, they touch their face a lot? Especially that nose or that mouth, or their body will be real stiff. Start fidgeting a lot, like, settle down, what you doing over there? Got you so nervous? A lot of people say if they can't hold eye contact when they talking, that's another sign. However, because I'm a hoodoo girly and I told y'all what happens when you stare at somebody for longer than 6 seconds, I don't really know if I believe this one too much.
Have you researched body language a lot?
Yes, and currently teaching my son eye contact right now and the power of it.
What is it with eye contact?
He's 3, and I'm like, look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. When you shift eye contact, right, and actually looking in the eyes is a signal of confidence, but it's also, you know how they say it's like the window to the soul. It also means that someone is paying you attention, or you have their undivided attention. And even you could still be distracted and thinking about other things, but it makes you feel locked in. So it's about how you make the person feel. But the things that she's bringing up about body language are true. The Gottmans have done a lot of research around how to tell, like, while looking at couples, like they've done a lot of research about body language and when the person's like tapped in, when they're making like gestures and bids for attention, and then also when they're physically showing their disapproval about something or their irritation with something. There's also like the 11s right here when they're displeased or frowning with you. And so the things that she's mentioning though are very true, even when it comes to like flirting, right? You know how you're always like, oh, I don't know, if I should be. No, when a woman's arms are open, legs faced like towards you, that is like more open and inviting versus closed off. Don't come over here. Like all of those things.
I saw the whole head thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. So, okay. What about, how do you know if a woman is interested into you or man? And I catch this sometimes. I catch a quick glance at me out of the corner of my eye. Is that anything?
Yes.
What is that?
Well,
is that I'm checking you out and like you caught their eye, and is that a sign that you should go talk to them?
That's a sign to come speak. So the reason why the eye contact is so important is because we spoke about like women not wanting to like be the first to speak or whatever, but the eye contact is trying to send you a signal like, come approach me, right? I see you, come approach me. But I think it needs to be followed by a smile though.
So if
they don't want to hold the gaze too long.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, and it goes, because literally right when I turn to the side, it goes away. So that's, what is that? There's no smile there. There's no direct contact.
But they're checking you out. They want to see, you know what I'm saying, in their peripheral vision if you're looking at them.
Well, should I do a peck fleck or something like that? What do I do? What's the next step?
Just come over and say hi. If she wants to talk to you, she will be friendly. If she doesn't, she will
keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing.
Now, what about for the men? So what if the men, so that's if the women are looking. If the ladies see a man with the eye gaze, they do nothing. That's just the men have to make the move.
You already know that I'm of the belief that a woman should speak to everybody.
Okay.
So, because those who close mouths don't get fed. I'm gonna catch something before you do if you're not talking, and I am.
Absolutely.
So I already think that we should be smiling, making eye contact, introducing ourselves. That is not hollering at someone. That is literally just making a connection, right? Like befriending one another to see if our energies match.
So just regardless, if you see somebody make eye contact, go say hi.
And just practice with low-hanging fruit, right? Like the waiter, the Uber delivery.
You know what?
Like,
but I've done that before. And that's the easiest place to start with a conversation is with the people that are there to help you and start. Doesn't have to be a long conversation.
that way you can desensitize yourself from the fear and the rejection.
Yeah, how's your day going? Is everything good? Just chat them up. Sometimes they want to talk. Sometimes they're in a bad day. Like, hey, okay, all
Sometimes
right.
they're rushing off to their next delivery.
Yeah, they're like, oh, God. From the chat, Jen J says, so pretty much both people got to be unemployed with no kids to not be spread thin. It's unrealistic. Dr. Brian is not being sensible or practical with, I guess, the last piece of content we were talking about with Dr. Brian on the stage. Okay. This whole thing was regarding Dr. Brian. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Jen J says Dr. Brian is being disingenuous. People can be spread thin with just a job and with kids. It has nothing to do with multiple partners. Yeah, I thought her content with tonight's podcast was a little...
Well, wasn't she? But she was referring to polyamorous relationships. She wasn't saying a committed relationship and the person not able to give their undivided attention.
Well, she was talking about cheating, but she was also saying, using polyamorous as an example. Like, you can be in a polyamorous relationship with, multiple people. It's kind of like cheating at the same time, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. More late night love when we come forward.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text to emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick during the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Spicy Marty. And finally tonight, sketch comedy poster Baze Olive imagines a world where the gender roles are reversed in dating.
Food was good. That's what I'm talking about.
Wasn't it though? Oh, what you doing? I got it. Don't worry about it.
I have to pay for the food.
I got it. This was your day. You don't gotta worry about nothing when you with me, baby. I got it. Don't worry about it. So,
But you've been paying, for everything all day.
how much are we?
That'll be just $60.
$60.
You really got me?
Okay, I got you.
Appreciate it.
There you go. You keep the change too.
Oh, I appreciate that,
That's
man.
a tip.
Appreciate that. I got a good one, though. You got a real good one, mate. Dang, you ain't had to go all out and spend this much on me, baby.
Actually, let me get these back.
Oh, no,
from
you already paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't gotta hold this. I got you.
Okay,
I got
treat it.
you. So, where we doing this at?
Doing what?
This, us. You going to your house? You wanna come to my house? I got a pole and everything in the living room. You wanna come to my house?
Oh, nah, we only been talking for like a month now, so like our third date.
Okay.
I was thinking I was gonna go to my crib and you go to your crib,
Oh, no. No, I done spent $900 on you today. You come to my house.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on, pack it up. I done paid for this. Let's go.
Okay. And slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's ease into this.
We are easing into it, right?
First of all, I'd be like, you let me know which house you want to go to.
Most men would be like, what?
Okay.
What's the address?
Matter of fact, we can go to the car. Because you are the gift that keeps on giving. Right. I got shoes, I got a haircut, I got a fed. I'm in heaven. And I can go, it's a pole at the house too. You gonna get on the pole for me?
She bought him the new kicks, what? Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Where can they scratch the IG and play with the Twitter?
You guys can play with my Twitter or stroke my IG at Spicy Mari. Go to thespicylife.com and subscribe also to my podcast, The Spicy Life.
All right, do that. Listening Lounge is coming up next. My name is Don Amici. This has been Late Night Love. And you guys be safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Welcome to Fox Soul's The Listening Lounge, where you come to find your favorite new audiobooks that will leave you inspired and wanting more. This week, we're showcasing Jacinth Hetlum's Love After, where she shares her personal journey of overcoming trauma and betrayal, offering practical strategies on healing and finding one's purpose.